Recently, I had a client call me. We were discussing a potential candidate, setting up interviews. At the end of the conversation, he goes, "Winston, I just want to let you know that we've worked and are currently working with multiple recruiters. And every candidate that they've sent has been off. Not really, quite frankly, not even close to what we were looking for. They're either, missing the requirements, or they don't have the experience we're looking for, or they're not even in the right field. But every candidate I sent in was spot on to what he was looking for." He said, "I've never worked with a recruiter that has found not only one candidate, but two candidates, but three candidates, exactly what I was looking for." One of the other things that he brought up in the conversation was that I found other candidates that were suitable for the company in other departments. He actually, one of the candidates we had under consideration, or currently have under consideration, is most likely going to be in a different group. And so what he said is, "I'll let you have this candidate." He was talking to his other team. He goes, "I'll let you have this candidate, but I get half of your recruiting budget so I can use Winston on more of my openings." Once we start working with a company, not only do they want to continue working with us, but they try to find new ways to work with us or create new positions just so they can see the talent we can bring to their organization. A lot of times, you'll have a search. A search will start. You'll say, "We want these specific skill sets," and halfway through the search, it'll change. And we'll restart the search. We have no problem doing that. We're not going to try to hard sell you and say, "Well, you said you want this, and so this is what you need to have." Obviously, things change. We understand that. And so recently, I actually had a client. They were in the process of trying to build an electrical engineering team. And they weren't sure what they needed, whether they wanted somebody more on the mechanical, more on the electrical, or a little bit of both. And so what we did is we said, "Well, let's get you one of each so you can have a better idea of what you're looking for." So when we started with the electrical engineer, it was too much on the electrical side. We went to the mechanical engineer, it was too much on the mechanical engineering side. We finally found the Goldilocks candidate right in the middle, and within 2 weeks we had an offer, had him accepted, and in less than a month he made the move and started. Recently, we actually had a candidate. He had started, and 2 weeks later, he gives me a call and he says, "Well, this really isn't the job for me. I think I'm going to quit." And I had just spoken with the hiring manager, and he was raving about the new employee. He said, "Man, this guy is great." And when I spoke with the employee, he was telling me that he expected to have more management responsibility and felt that he was being underutilized. But he wasn't telling the manager. He was concerned that if he told the manager, it would upset him and he would get fired anyway. It was a simple problem. His manager, the hiring manager, was ecstatic that he wanted more responsibility. They increased his responsibility, and he's been there ever since. And so he would have quit or would have been unhappy in his role if it wasn't for the fact that they worked with us.